Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. I'm Devon, and today we are diving into the captivating world of English literature during the Renaissance period. In this video, we will explore the literary landscape, notable authors, major works, and the lasting impact of this extraordinary era. So, let's embark on this literary journey together. The Renaissance, spanning from the 14th to the 17th century, was a time of intellectual and artistic rebirth in Europe. It witnessed a remarkable revival of interest in the literature and ideas of ancient Greece and Rome, as well as a newfound focus on individuality, humanism, and the exploration of new genres. One of the most iconic figures of English literature emerged during this period, none other than William Shakespeare. His plays, such as Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and Macbeth, continue to captivate audiences worldwide even today. Shakespeare's works showcased the depth of human emotions and the complexity of human nature, leaving an indelible mark on the literary world. Apart from Shakespeare, the Renaissance period boasted a plethora of talented writers and poets. John Milton's epic poem, Paradise Lost, explored profound themes of morality, free will, and the nature of evil. Edmund Spenser's The Faerie Queene beautifully combined romance, allegory, and adventure. And let's not forget the sonnets of the brilliant Elizabethan poet, Sir Philip Sidney. One of the significant developments during this period was the advent of the printing press, which revolutionized the dissemination of literature. It made books more accessible, leading to a broader readership and the spread of knowledge throughout society. This democratization of literature played a crucial role in shaping the literary landscape of the Renaissance. Additionally, literary salons and gatherings became popular during the Renaissance. These social gatherings provided a platform for writers, intellectuals, and artists to exchange ideas, discuss literature, and foster creativity. They were vibrant hubs of intellectual discourse and cultural exchange, fueling the literary achievements of the era. The Renaissance period had a profound and lasting impact on English literature. It marked the transition from medieval to modern literature, paving the way for new literary styles, forms, and themes. The emphasis on humanism, individualism, and the exploration of the human condition resonates in the works of later authors, even centuries after the Renaissance. Historical background. The Renaissance, which spanned from the 14th to the 17th century, emerged as a transformative period in Europe. It was a time of transition from the medieval period to the modern era, marked by significant changes in various aspects of society, including politics, economics, religion, and culture. The historical background of the Renaissance can be traced back to the decline of the feudal system and the rise of powerful city-states. As trade and commerce flourished, wealthy merchant classes began to emerge, creating a new social order that challenged the traditional hierarchical structure of society. Another pivotal event in shaping the historical background of the Renaissance was the fall of Constantinople in 1453. This event led to a massive influx of Greek scholars and texts into Europe, exposing Western Europe to the knowledge and wisdom of the ancient Greek and Roman civilizations. The devastation caused by the Black Death, a widespread pandemic in the 14th century, also played a role in the historical backdrop of the Renaissance. The plague brought about significant social and economic changes, leading to a re-evaluation of traditional beliefs and customs. It prompted a desire for renewal and a fresh perspective on life and the world. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-15th century was a revolutionary development that greatly impacted the dissemination of knowledge and, consequently, the spread of literature. The availability of printed books expanded access to information, fostering a thirst for learning and facilitating the circulation of ideas. In addition to these historical factors, the Renaissance was also influenced by the revival of classical learning and the flourishing of humanism. Scholars began to re-examine and appreciate the wisdom of ancient Greek and Roman literature, philosophy, and art, which had been largely neglected during the Middle Ages. The support and patronage of wealthy individuals, including nobles, monarchs, and the church, played a vital role in fostering the arts and literature during the Renaissance. These patrons provided financial resources and encouragement to artists, writers, and thinkers, allowing them to dedicate themselves to their craft and create masterpieces. The historical background of the Renaissance period in English literature is a tapestry woven with political, economic, and cultural threads. It was a time of transition, exploration, and innovation, where new ideas flourished and creative minds flourished. It set the stage for the literary revolution that would shape the course of English literature for centuries to come. Social conditions during the Renaissance period. The Renaissance was a time of profound social change in Europe. Let's explore some of the key social conditions that shaped the literary landscape during this period. Rise of the middle class. The Renaissance witnessed the emergence and growth of the middle class. Wealthy merchants, professionals, and traders gained prominence and influence, challenging the traditional dominance of the nobility. This rise of the middle class provided new avenues for patronage, enabling artists and writers to pursue their craft with the support of affluent individuals outside the traditional aristocratic circles. Humanism and individualism. The Renaissance was characterized by a shift in focus from collective identities to individualism. Humanistic values, which emphasized the potential and worth of the individual, gained prominence. This emphasis on humanism and individualism influenced the literature of the time, giving rise to complex characters, exploration of human emotions, and the celebration of individual experiences. Court culture and patronage. The Renaissance saw the establishment of magnificent courts, where rulers and nobles sought to display their power and wealth through patronage of the arts and literature. Writers and artists often found support and patronage in these courtly circles, creating works that catered to the tastes and interests of the aristocracy. Influence of the Church. The influence of the Church remained significant during the Renaissance, as it held considerable power and authority. Religious themes and motifs continued to feature prominently in literature. However, there was also a growing spirit of questioning and a desire for a more direct and personal relationship with the divine. This led to religious reforms and new interpretations of religious texts. Education and the spread of ideas. Education underwent a transformation during the Renaissance. The availability of printed books, thanks to the invention of the printing press, allowed for a wider dissemination of knowledge. Humanist education, focusing on the study of classical texts and liberal arts, became increasingly popular. This broadened the horizons of writers, thinkers, and readers, inspiring new ideas and perspectives. These social conditions created a vibrant intellectual and cultural atmosphere, fostering the exchange of ideas and the flourishing of literature and art. The social conditions during the Renaissance period in English literature laid the groundwork for a revolution in thought, expression, and creativity. From the rise of the middle class to the exploration of humanism and the patronage of the courts, these factors shaped the literary landscape and contributed to the rich tapestry of Renaissance literature. Major themes and works. Humanism. Humanism was a philosophical movement that emphasized the importance of human potential, dignity, and achievements. It celebrated the value of human intellect, reason, and the pursuit of knowledge. During the Renaissance, scholars and thinkers turned their attention to the wisdom of ancient Greek and Roman literature, philosophy, and art. They sought to revive and embrace the classical ideals of humanism. Humanist scholars advocated for a well-rounded education, known as the liberal arts, which included subjects such as literature, history, philosophy, and languages. They believed that education would enable individuals to reach their full potential and contribute to society. Individualism. Individualism, a concept closely related to humanism, focused on the worth and uniqueness of the individual. It emphasized personal expression, independent thought, and the freedom to pursue one's own interests and desires. During the Renaissance, there was a shift away from the collective mindset of the Middle Ages, where individuals were often defined by their roles within society. Instead, individuals began to be valued for their unique qualities, talents, and achievements. This newfound emphasis on individualism influenced various aspects of life, including art, literature, politics, and social interactions. It encouraged self-expression, self-discovery, and the exploration of personal identity. Humanism and individualism had a significant impact on the arts, literature, and the overall cultural landscape of the Renaissance period. In literature, humanist ideas led to the creation of works that focused on human experiences, emotions, and the complexities of the human condition. Writers sought to capture the diversity of human thoughts and feelings, often exploring themes of love, passion, morality, and the pursuit of knowledge. Individualism influenced the portrayal of characters in literary works. Writers developed more complex and multidimensional characters who possessed their own unique perspectives, motivations, and inner struggles. Art during the Renaissance also reflected humanist and individualistic ideals. Artists sought to depict human figures with anatomical accuracy, emphasizing their individual features and expressions. Portraits became popular, showcasing the unique personalities of the subjects. The concepts of humanism and individualism were not confined to the elite circles of society. They had a broader influence, gradually permeating various aspects of daily life and shaping the collective consciousness. The Renaissance period witnessed a remarkable shift in mindset, with humanism and individualism paving the way for a new understanding of human potential, freedom, and self-expression. These concepts continue to resonate with us today, reminding us of the importance of embracing our individuality and nurturing our intellectual and creative capacities. Rediscovery of ancient manuscripts. One of the crucial factors in the revival of classical literature was the rediscovery of ancient manuscripts. Monasteries, libraries, and private collectors across Europe began unearthing forgotten or neglected texts, preserving and safeguarding them for future generations. These manuscripts contained works of ancient Greek and Roman authors, including philosophers, poets, historians, and playwrights. Translation and transcription efforts. Scholars during the Renaissance dedicated themselves to translating and transcribing these ancient texts into the vernacular languages of their respective regions. This allowed a wider audience to access and engage with the wisdom and beauty of classical literature. Prominent humanist scholars, such as Erasmus and Pico della Mirandola, played vital roles in translating and promoting classical works. Influence of humanism. Humanist scholars, with their focus on the value of human achievements and intellectual pursuits, championed the revival of classical literature. They believed that studying and imitating the works of ancient authors would lead to personal and societal enrichment. Humanism emphasized the importance of classical education and the liberal arts, which included the study of ancient texts. This intellectual movement sparked a renaissance of learning and knowledge, driving the revival of classical literature. Impact on literature and intellectual discourse. The revival of classical literature had a profound impact on the literary and intellectual landscape of the Renaissance. Writers and thinkers drew inspiration from ancient texts, emulating their style, themes, and ideas. Poets such as Petrarch in Italy and John Milton in England imitated the forms and themes of ancient Greek and Roman poets, incorporating their knowledge of classical literature into their works. The influence of classical literature extended beyond poetry and encompassed various genres, including philosophy, history, and political treatises. The revival of classical literature during the Renaissance not only rekindled an appreciation for the wisdom of the past but also contributed to the development of new literary forms and ideas. Epic poetry refers to long narrative poems that celebrate heroic deeds, mythical tales, and historical events. It often showcases larger-than-life characters and explores profound themes of human existence, morality, and societal values. During the Renaissance, epic poetry experienced a resurgence, influenced by the works of ancient Greek and Roman poets such as Homer and Virgil. English poets sought to create their own grand epics, reflecting the cultural aspirations and ideals of the time. One of the most notable examples of Renaissance epic poetry is Edmund Spenser's The Faerie Queene, which intertwines chivalric romance, allegory, and political commentary. Allegory. Allegory is a literary device in which characters, events, or settings represent abstract ideas or moral qualities. It allows writers to convey deeper meanings and moral lessons through symbolic storytelling. The Renaissance witnessed a proliferation of allegorical works, where abstract concepts were personified and explored in intricate narratives. These allegories often conveyed moral, philosophical, or religious messages. John Bunyan's The Pilgrim's Progress is a prominent example of allegorical literature from the Renaissance period. It follows the journey of a character named Christian, representing the human soul, as he seeks salvation and encounters various symbolic challenges along the way. Symbolism and hidden meanings. Renaissance writers employed symbolism and hidden meanings extensively in their works. They used intricate imagery, metaphor, and symbolism to convey deeper truths and invite readers to interpret their texts on multiple levels. Symbolic representations of virtues, vices, religious concepts, and political ideologies were woven into the fabric of literary works. These layers of meaning added depth and richness to the texts, inviting readers to engage with complex ideas and interpretations. Epic poetry and allegory during the Renaissance age in English literature offered profound insights into the human experience, societal values, and moral dilemmas of the time. The Renaissance era's epic poems and allegorical works continue to captivate readers with their timeless themes, rich symbolism, and layers of meaning. They serve as testaments to the power of literature to explore profound human questions and convey complex ideas. Renaissance theatre and its influence. Renaissance theatre emerged as a distinctive form of entertainment, gaining popularity throughout Europe. It was influenced by the revival of classical Greek and Roman theatre, as well as the cultural and intellectual atmosphere of the time. Theatre became a communal experience, with plays performed in public venues, such as open-air theatres, courtyards, and even royal palaces. It attracted audiences from different social classes, fostering a shared appreciation for the arts. Storytelling and playwrights. Renaissance theatre saw a significant evolution in storytelling techniques. Playwrights began exploring complex plots, rich character development, and intricate thematic layers. William Shakespeare, undoubtedly the most renowned playwright of the era, exemplified this shift with his works. Shakespeare's plays, such as Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, and Macbeth, showcased compelling narratives, deep exploration of human emotions, and timeless themes. Character development. Renaissance theatre marked a departure from the archetypal characters of medieval morality plays. Playwrights began creating multidimensional characters with complex motivations, inner conflicts, and personal growth. Characters in Renaissance plays were shaped by their thoughts, emotions, and interactions with other characters. This emphasis on individual psychology and realistic characterization laid the foundation for modern character development in theatre. Stagecraft and theatrical innovations. Renaissance theatre witnessed remarkable advancements in stagecraft and theatrical innovations. Elaborate stage designs, props, costumes, and special effects were introduced to enhance the theatrical experience. Theatre companies, such as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, later known as the King's Men, employed professional actors, including the famous Burbage family, who played key roles in shaping the development of theatre. Renaissance theatre not only entertained audiences but also influenced the future of dramatic arts in numerous ways. The Renaissance, spanning from the 14th to the 17th century, witnessed an explosion of creativity and artistic expression in literature. Let's discover some of the prominent writers and their enduring literary works that continue to captivate readers to this day. William Shakespeare. We cannot discuss the Renaissance without mentioning the legendary playwright and poet, William Shakespeare. His plays, such as Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and Macbeth, are considered masterpieces of world literature. Shakespeare's works explore universal themes of love, tragedy, ambition, and human nature, and his complex characters and poetic language have made him an icon of the Renaissance. Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe was another influential playwright during the Renaissance. His notable works include Dr. Faustus and Tamburlaine the Great. Marlowe's plays delve into themes of ambition, power, and the human condition, and his use of poetic language and dramatic intensity had a significant impact on the development of English drama. Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser's epic poem, The Faerie Queene, is a landmark work of the Renaissance. This sprawling allegory explores themes of chivalry, virtue, and the search for truth. Spenser's poetic style, rich symbolism, and imaginative storytelling contribute to the enduring legacy of his work in the Renaissance period. John Milton. John Milton's epic poem, Paradise Lost, is considered one of the greatest literary works of the English language. It explores the fall of humanity, the conflict between good and evil, and the nature of free will. Milton's mastery of language, profound philosophical insights, and the epic scope of his work solidify his position as a key figure of the Renaissance. Sir Thomas More. Sir Thomas More's Utopia is a significant work of the Renaissance, offering a critique of society and envisioning an ideal world. More's exploration of political and social issues, along with his skillful blending of fiction and philosophy, influenced later generations of writers and thinkers. These are just a few examples of the remarkable writers and their literary works during the Renaissance. Countless other poets, playwrights, and authors contributed to the rich tapestry of literature during this period. The writers of the Renaissance period in English literature used their creative genius to explore timeless themes, challenge societal norms, and leave a lasting impact on the world of literature. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the Renaissance period in English literature. We have only scratched the surface of this rich and vibrant era, but I hope it has sparked your curiosity to delve deeper into the literary treasures it holds. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, happy reading. Thank you for watching.